Hello. Hello.
Hello.
No gimmicks this week, apparently. Holy shit!
There you go.
Holy shit, Parry! Thanks for... Thank you for 5 gifted subs, what the fuck?
I mean, I know you're taking a break after a little while, but I don't know. I don't know. I've been having a great time with these, and I thought,
Aw, thank you.
I wanted to give you a little something, so.
Aw.
Yeah.
I just gotta put up with 3 more notifications. I need to figure out how to do that. Holy shit, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This has been a lot of fun.
I think there is, like, you can, if you use Streamlabs for your alert thing, there's, like, a thing you can do to, like...
Condense gifted ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll look into it. I'm only taking a break for, like, a week and a half or something, I think. I need to figure out the dates. Critical miss of the gifted sub. I'm so sorry, but hi, Norman Foxley. Good evening, good time zone, whatever.
Damn. I mean, I didn't even... it didn't really give me a choice.
Yeah, it's just...
It just sort of happens.
Yeah, it's random. I'm going away on the 17th next week, so I'm doing the Ultra Kill update on Tuesday.
Alright.
But then I should be back, I think I'm looking at coming back on either 25th or 27th, so I might be around on the 26th. So we may be able to pick this up again, like, next week. Oh shit, something dropped. Something always drops. Anyway. Holy shit, what a start. Hi.
Hello.
I need to... Hello. Whew. Right, we are doing this twice this week. I had to try real hard not to make this this stream title a racist trial or something, or the trial of a racist.
God,
oh, trial part 1. Okay.
Yep.
I had a thought, because I know I was saying like this feels very end of game sort of stuff. But this feels very last trial sort of stuff we're covering now. Was there a DLC case for Grade A Attorney 2?
So it's complicated. There was, but it was only in the Japanese release of the official 3DS version, and B, because of that, I haven't really been able to look into it and see how like canon it really was.
Oh, okay. So it's not.
I think it was also like only released in Japan for like a limited time as well. So that's kind of like that sort of adds to the fact that I don't really know what it was.
Weird. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
There's that old familiar feeling again. Crushing pressure of this historic courthouse. The stares of a racist vampire. Actually, no, it's a little different today. There's an even more menacing tension in the air. Oh, right, yeah.
There is a menacing tension in the air here today, isn't there? I suppose.
Yes, I think so. DLC were just short stories. Oh, okay, so it's the short stories that are...
okay.
It's the short stories that are in the game, I guess.
Maybe? But I think there was one for the second game as well, but the short stories and the extras for this game, I think, only relate to the first games.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
I'm not 100% sure.
Thanks for the follow. It can only be the result of the menacing appearance of the defendant.
A little more courtesy, if you please.
Oh my, I do apologize.
However, you're certainly not mistaken. This trial is far from ordinary.
What do you mean?
I'm not privy to details. However, I understand that no jury has been selected.
What?
A trial without a jury? Well, that's just like...
No one... How dare you call Daddy Zeke's hateful?
He was holding back when he put that title, though.
Wait, so that means no more... Fucking... I've forgotten the name of the gimmick again. It keeps slipping out of my head. No more gimmick?
The trial of the professor 10 years ago.
A closed court.
No summation examination, yeah.
That's the
Good
word,
morning,
thank you.
my dear fellows.
Mr. Sholmes!
Have you made notes of my hair, Mr. Naruhodo? An outright victory for science, you must agree.
Is there a reason you're wearing the hat, Sholmes?
Don't ask questions.
To be perfectly honest, so much happened yesterday that, well... I completely forgot about your little hair problem.
Ha! To one man is a little hair problem. Is to another a day of drinking dubious potion after dubious potion. Yeah, they did change the name from Japanese to English.
Yeah.
Norman. I have no idea how my stomach ails me this morning.
Oh dear, how awful for you.
Sholmes is relatable?
I'm afraid you... Oh.
I love the idea that he would say that to himself, though. I'm afraid you only have yourself to blame, Mr. Sholmes.
And good morning to you, Mr. Reaper. I'm delighted to see you looking so full of vim. And you. I see London Celebrated Great Detective is as active as ever. Oh, you exaggerate, my dear fellow, compared to my paltry engagements with a few trivial cases. The Reaper's overbearing presence is a far greater deterrent to the black roots of crime in our capital.
Oh, did you see the message I put in the, I think it was in the spoiler chat, the, realization I came to after last week?
I believe so. It's been a few days.
I kind of realized shortly after the trial, oh shit, I made a joke about I think I made a joke about, the Japanese judge's suitcase being big enough to hold a body. And now I'm questioning everything. No spoilers.
We'll see what happens. Yeah, no spoilers, of course, but we'll see what happens. And whilst I may not agree with your methods, there is at least one point on which I would readily commend you. What an honor, and that would be your eye for a good lawyer, sir.
Mr. Sholmes.
After all, behind this lawyer there is a very great mind. My own.
Oh.
What are you trying to say? I wish only to say that you should be prepared for quite a trial, Mr. Reaper.
Sorry, Sergeant. Oh, damn it! Neither of them. I thought it would be the
bailiff.
Yeah. I'm assuming that was him. Sorry to barge in. Gina. What's that on her arm? It's a mourning band, I suppose.
Father, shouldn't you be at the symposium?
It's been postponed, so I have some free time. I decided to come along with the police inspector to see our country's up-and-coming student in action. I should be very interested to see the fruits of your studies over the past year. Well, it's an honor to have you here. Let's hope there are some fruits to see. Otto? Oh, yes, Gina? Why'd you agree to this, huh? Why'd you take him on? Yeah, why did we? Who knows? Sorry, 1 second, I accidentally closed the thing. There we go, okay. It's Reaper bloke. Everyone says it was him what killed the boss. I'm sorry, Gina. But I just don't believe that. If it weren't him, who was it? I don't know that yet. I don't care who calls him what. The Reaper's just a name. He's just a person at the end of the day. And if it turns out it was him what killed the boss, then God help him.
Fiery eyes indeed. Yes, the culprit deserves every ounce of your loathing.
Uh-huh.
At least that may be some solace to the deceased.
Don't do it. Don't do the thing again. Please, Otto. Kill whoever did this. For the boss.
Oh, Gina.
This one hits so hard.
Yeah.
I hate feeling this useless, but there's nothing I can do. So you can't find who done this and make the wretch pay. Oh, that animation every time. Just, oh, it hits me right in the heart.
Oof.
Oh, I need to update that as well. Counsel of the defence and the defendant. Court will be in session shortly. Make your way into the courtroom at once, please. Alright then, here we go. And I'm tabbing out just to fix that bot thing.
It's time, Mr. Naruhodo, Lord Van Zeeks.
One who lost his treasured brother to a mass murderer. One who lost his treasured father in a foreign court of law. I mean, let's not talk about what the father did, but... Well, I say allegedly. I don't believe it's him, do I? I've made that clear. And one who lost the man who helped her escape destitution. All that misfortune, all that pain. On course to collide headlong in this trial. Hey, one of your gifted said thank you, Barry.
Ah, you're welcome.
It's time to shine a light on these dark events. And whatever truth is revealed... Is there a reason Sholmes is the background? Did Sholmes do it? I don't believe that. I'm gonna have to look it straight in the eye. I don't for a second believe Sholmes is the culprit, by the way. But you never know. Oh, this is so weird. Wait, there's people in the gallery.
Well, yeah, I don't know how to explain that one. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. We are here to conduct the fair and just trial of the defendant, Barak Van Zieks. Counsels for defense and prosecution, are you ready to begin?
The defense is ready, my lord. Seriously, this is supposed to be a closed trial. Are those just mannequins?
No, they're wax figures from 2 spells.
Aw.
The prosecution is more than ready.
The only lead we have is that the culprit had red hair.
Oh, Kazuma-sama.
I've been wishing to see you in court again for so long, it feels... I never pictured it happening like this. I never thought I'd be facing you behind the prosecution's bench.
The so-called Reaper of the Bailey has been a scourge like no other, undermining Her Majesty's justice system. Today we must uncover the truth behind this scourge.
In other words, this trial is going to be a lot more far-reaching than Inspector Gregson's murder.
The truth revealed by these proceedings may have unpredictable repercussions throughout the judiciary. Accordingly, they are to be conducted as a closed trial with no members of the public present, except for the gallery. By Her Majesty's direct orders.
All of you get the fuck out. How will that work, my lord?
The burden of all arbitration and education falls on my shoulders. Therefore, as you will see, the juror's bench shall remain vacant today.
If no members of the public are present, might I ask who is currently occupying the gallery, my lord?
Oh, we're actually addressing it!
They are members of the judiciary here to witness proceedings and ensure an equitable trial.
Members of the judiciary?
Oh my, this is a very unusual trial already.
There is, of course, another unprecedented aspect to these proceedings on which I must elaborate. The counsels for the prosecution and the defense are both aliens of Great Britain. I believe it takes an outsider to see the truth sometimes. And as I stand here in this courtroom now, I'm quite certain this is the reason why I had to come to Britain.
Kazuma?
Very well, let us commence proceedings. Prosecutor Asogi, your opening statement, if you please. Certainly, my lord. The incident took place on the 1st of November at just after 5 o'clock in the afternoon. The location was a building of flats on Fresno Street on the outskirts of the city. The victim's body was discovered there in an old single-room rental property. Yes, Inspector Tobias Gregson, a name known very well indeed to this court. Not least for his miraculous resolution of one of this country's grimmest cases 10 years ago.
The Professor case.
How sure are you about the time of the incident?
Several witnesses on the street outside heard the gunshot, and all have reported the same time.
Yes, that's what Gina told us too. There were a number of witnesses.
I have here a plan of the room. The victim was found curled up in one corner. It's believed that he was shot from the front at point-blank range and died instantly. How has the range been determined? There were scorch marks around the entry wound. Such marks are caused by the gunpowder used to fire the bullet. But powder hot enough to leave scorch marks is only ejected a few inches beyond the end of the barrel. In other words, it only happens when the target is at point-blank range. I see, yes. Thank you for the detailed explanation, Counsel.
Inspector Gregson's autopsy report stating that death was instant, resulting from a bullet shot at close range. At least it was instant. That's small victory.
The murder weapon was found lying beside the victim.
Let's have a look at it. Oh shit, we got a lot of stuff already, I forgot. Name Tobias Gregson, male, age 45, nationality British. Maria Gorey. Time of death? Time of death, blank. Interesting. Cause of death. Victim was shot in the chest at close range on the front, resulting in instant death. Scorch marks at point of entry. The bullet exited the body from behind. Additional observations. The caliber of the gun used matches that of standard issue firearms for members of the judiciary. Why is the time of death blank? Surely they... They can estimate that by the witnesses.
And have you managed to ascertain the owner of this firearm? No, my lord, not conclusively.
Bravo, Kazuma-sama. We're not trying to use the gun as evidence when its provenance can't be proven.
Furthermore, my lord.
Well done, Kazuma, for not being an original trilogy prosecutor.
As I've explained, the revolver was fired at extremely close range. The bullet passed through the victim and struck the wall behind him.
Quite high up, though, wasn't it? The candles were quite high up. Yeah, the candelabrum was quite high up. It would have to have been aiming upwards. Well.
There's a candelabrum mounted on that wall. And the tip of one of the candles in it was found to have been blown off by the projectile.
We noticed that too, didn't we?
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you for your thorough report, Counsel. The setting of the crime is clear to me. You will submit the case, you will submit the plan of the crime scene as evidence, please. As you wish, my lord.
A plan of the small room in the building of flats on Fresno Street, where the body of the victim, Inspector Gregson, was found.
Is this Fresno Street room Inspector Gregson's private abode? No, my lord. This room is rented to a Mr. Hugh Boone. But there is precious little furniture inside, and it is generally in a poor state of repair.
So what on earth was Gregson even doing there?
Presumably he was investigating some case or other.
When a policeman was informed of the gunshot from the witnesses and rushed to the scene, he found only the deceased inspector and the accused standing alongside, holding the revolver. The attending officer arrested the accused on the spot. So, details of the case are clear. In that case, the prosecution would like to call its first witness. Name, please, counsel. Naturally, the accused himself.
Well, that's not obvious. Lord Van Zeeks!
As a prosecutor, he believes in the oath of office he's taken and will be compelled to tell the truth.
Oh, okay.
Very well. Let the defendant take the witness stand. So, witness, state your name and occupation for the court. Barrack Van Zeeks, Old Bailey prosecutor. I presume, Lord Van Zeeks, you heard Prosecutor Asogi's opening precis.
1 second. I'm just gonna go ahead and redeem a hydrate, because there is a lot on you at the moment.
Thank you.
I feel kind of bad I haven't had a chance to step in.
It's okay. I did. It is alleged that you were found at the scene of the crime. And that you were arrested by the arriving police officer. Can you confirm this? Yes, my lord.
And because I've taken that oath as well, I'm saying the truth as well when I say that it 100% works that way.
And I'm sure the court would like to hear you explain some things away. Namely, why you were there in the room on Fresno Street at the time in question. And what exactly took place. I intend to explain away nothing. I will simply tell the truth. I must say, Lord Van Zeeks, I never imagined this day would come. Or rather, I didn't want to imagine it would come. But since you became known as the Reaper, a part of me has been dreading it. Your formal testimony then, witness.
Fun fact, did you know historically this all happened?
I was investigating Gregson, and my inquiries had led me to that address. When I first entered the room that day, it was dark inside, and I saw no one. A moment later, I heard the gunshot. I spun around and saw the revolver on the floor. Just as I picked up the firearm to examine it, the door flew open and I heard a man scream. It was only then that the body of Inspector Gregson appeared before me. That testimony was the whole truth? It was. So you heard a shot being fired in a room with no living occupants. And moments later, a corpse somehow appeared before your eyes. Is that it? You're right, you haven't explained away anything. In fact, that would barely qualify as an excuse. I thought you were my mute apprentice. Yet it turns out you have a way with words, Prosecutor Asogi. Would appear to be a singular tale indeed. Singular isn't the word, it's laughable.
What's got into Kazuma? He's not behaving like himself at all.
Very well then. Counsel, you may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, my lord. Does he hear scream? What have we got? Nothing's jumping out as... I'm just gonna press shit, see if we can get something else.
Fair enough.
You were investigating the inspector. What on earth for?
I'm not at liberty to say.
Sorry?
I'd identified a distinct possibility that Gregson was involved in a case I was investigating. Regrettably, though, he was killed before I could secure the proof I needed. Is the court to understand, then, that on the day in question you followed the victim to the scene? No, I was privy to his movements in advance.
How?
I stole into his office in the yard and consulted his diary.
And yet didn't notice the picture of you that was pride of place.
The address on Fresno Street was noted in the 5 p.m. entry. You illegally entered the man's office. In Japan, that alone would constitute a very serious offense. As it does in Great Britain, I assure you. And is that not the case, Lord Van Zeeks? I was aware of the possible consequences. So in summary, you were investigating the victim, and yet you refused to tell the court why. I didn't realize British prosecutors enjoyed such freedom in choosing what to divulge under oath.
Why did I ever think I could defend this man?
Yikes.
Had you ever been to the address before?
No, never. I only learned of the place as a result of my investigations into Gregson's activities. There was no light inside when I entered, so it was all but impossible to make out anything.
But at 5 p.m. the sun would have only just gone down. It would still have been reasonably light outside. Bruno, you saw the windows being boarded up. That were boarded up.
The room has a window, but it was boarded shut. Very little light found its way into the room from outside, so it was extremely murky inside. I wouldn't have noticed that the victim was already lying on the floor. There was no artificial light in the room, you say? You're quite sure? I'm quite sure that the part of the room where the body was found was very dark. I have a feeling there was a small oil lamp burning on the desk, though I couldn't say for certain.
Look, Mr. Naruhodo. There's a small desk in the room just here.
Yes, I remember. And there was an oil lamp on it, as well as the framed photograph.
When I entered the room, I closed the door behind me and started towards the desk to investigate.
And what did you find?
Nothing. I never actually reached the desk.
So, who fired the gun?
I have no idea. I didn't see anybody else in the room.
But you say it was very dark in there.
Yes, that's right. All I can tell you is I didn't sense another's presence.
Then could it be? That the gunshot actually originated from somewhere outside the room?
No, that's out of the question.
Oh.
Without doubt, the sound emanated from inside the room. I could smell the gunpowder.
This is going from bad to worse.
And you say that's the point at which you noticed the revolver on the floor? Correct. And I foolishly picked it up. It was carelessness on my part. Presumably then, the gunshot you heard came from the firearm that you somewhat hastily took in your hands. In point of fact, my lord, I believe it did not.
What?
The barrel of the revolver I picked up was cold, and there was no smell of spent powder.
Oh, interesting. but then where on earth is the gun that was fired?
But I would like to oblige you with an answer. I'm afraid I can't. I, too, would dearly like to know that. Just like that.
Yeah. This is completely separate to anything, but for some reason my head's in Resident Evil. I really hope they get the merchant right in the Resi 4 remake.
Yeah.
I'd love if they don't even read if they just use the original voice lines.
Honestly, yeah.
That'd be nice.
I'd be fine with that. I wonder if the old voice actor's still doing work.
No
I'll
idea.
have to look into that.
Yeah. Man, you say? One of the witnesses, I presume.
That's right. One of the street merchants working on Fresno Street. Who are these merchants?
Yeah, I've never heard of them.
A number of them have set up their stalls directly beneath the boarded window of the crime scene. A match seller, a newsmonger, and a peddler. They've all been given statements saying they heard the gunshot. Without thought of danger, they ran inside to see what had happened.
Yes, Gina told us about that yesterday, didn't she?
They burst through the door with some force, it would seem. They did. It almost gave me a heart attack in the process.
But you're supposed to be the Reaper!
The first man to come in immediately noticed the revolver in my hand and fled. The policeman patrolling on Fresno Street heard the commotion. I was able to arrest the accused shortly after the incident occurred. Anyway, the man's scream drew my attention in that direction.
What do you mean by that? In what way did the body appear?
I honestly can't explain it, but it's the truth. As far as I was concerned, the body hadn't been there until that point, and then suddenly, there it was.
Did you perhaps hear the sound of the victim falling to the ground just beforehand?
At that moment, what I heard was the sound of the door flying open and the scream of the man who came inside first. Nothing more.
I see.
After the man fled, I examined the body. I was stunned to find that it was Gregson. Most curious circumstances indeed. How the inspector was killed, or how his body seemed to appear out of nowhere. I have no idea.
Objection!
Oh.
Surely the court has heard enough. My lord, the cross-examination is clearly revealed that the accused, Barrick Van Zeeks, is lying on multiple fronts.
What is that supposed to mean?
Good gracious, Counsel. Defendant is lying, you say? In his testimony just now, he claims that he failed to notice the victim's body because the room was dark. That's correct. No, that's impossible. As proven by this candelabrum.
How does that prove anything?
If you examine the tip of the long candle, you can see it has been blown off by a powerful impact. One would assume that the projectile from the firearm passed through the victim and struck the candle. The problem comes when you consider the other two candles, which are clearly of a different length. Yes, I can see that only the candle that appears to have been struck by the bullets is long. We could reasonably expect someone to have lit all three candles together. Which begs the question of why only one has ended up longer than the others.
That must be because that particular candle was extinguished when the others were still burning. Ah! God, I love British Cosmo's theme.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah,
That's right. When the candle was hit by the bullet, it obviously went out.
Yeah, this is neat music.
But the other two candles would still have been burning. So the fact is, the victim's body would have been illuminated by light still thrown by the candelabrum. And the accused claimed that he couldn't see the body. Clearly contradicts those facts. And now to the next lie.
There's more?
The accused also claims never to have visited the scene of the crime before. That's the truth. In that almost empty room, the police discovered something very unusual. A board covered from top to bottom in police documents and newspaper cuttings.
Yes, that's right. We saw it too.
It goes without saying that the contents of the police documents cannot be divulged. However, it included a number of reports from various historical cases. The oldest of which was from 10 years ago.
10 years ago? This is starting to sound familiar.
And there was a common thread linking all the documents on that board. Indeed. What is this common thread, Counsel?
Reaper victims.
They all relate to cases prosecuted in court by Barrack Van Zeeks.
All of them?
And furthermore, all those cases are ones in which the defendant was acquitted. Good lord! Interestingly, none of those defendants are alive today. Because all of them have been sent to their graves by the Reaper.
Oh no.
In short, that dingy little room is the Reaper's secret hideout and his base of operations.
The Reaper's hideout?
And yet the Reaper would claim never to have been to his own secret hideout.
Oh, come on, Kazuma, that's a stretch.
No one would believe that. No, the truth is, we've been looking at this backwards. Backwards? Explain, Counsel! Inspector Gregson was investigating the identity of the Reaper. When he discovered the location of the man's secret hideout, he was killed. As I'm sure everyone can imagine, by the Reaper's hand!
Dude, come on. What?
Order! 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 Very well. I hereby state the current opinion of the court. Barrack Van Zeeks is an outstanding prosecutor who has rendered great service to his country.
Oh god, for some reason I just remembered how much I just remembered something from Ace Attorney 3.
Oh boy.
The amount of hemorrhoid talk.
Yeah. One of us is going to have to take the bullet for Grossberg.
At least it's not racism. At least it's not blatant racism.
I guess. However, it is with deep regret that I must concur with Prosecutor Asogi's contention that the defendant's testimony exhibits a number of stark inconsistencies with the known fact. All I have done is state the truth as I know it.
Cosmo's done a brilliant job as ever. He's drawing on his experience as a defense attorney to build his prosecution case. And it's formidable.
Counsel, you will submit to the board that you just showed the court as evidence. I believe it will be fundamental in establishing the facts surrounding the Reaper's existence. Thank you, my lord.
A freestanding notice board completely covered in notes and articles relating to victims of the Reaper of Bailey.
And now the prosecution would like to call new witnesses to the stand. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh! Always worth looking around the back first. 100% of the time.
Oh, what's this? Mr. Naruhodo, look!
Yes, it's a smudge of some kind, in fact. It looks just like a handprint.
And the color. That's blood, isn't it? Oh dear, how disturbing.
There's a bloody handprint on the backside. I'm also interested in, but I'm assuming I can't really... Yeah. That scratch there seems very... maybe I'm reaching too far.
There are details of a whole raft of cases dating back years on here, aren't there?
This paper from 10 years ago is browning with age, look.
Out of interest, the most recent thing appears to be this newspaper cutting here.
Oh, it's the same Red-Headed League advertisement that Mr. Sholmes had picked out.
And do you remember? There was a red hairpiece at the scene too.
Was Inspector Gregson an exponent of the Red-Headed League then? Okay, that looks to be everything, I guess. Yeah.
Witnesses who saw events unfold on the day in question.
They were mentioned in the previous testimony too, if you remember.
Yeah, the street sellers who heard the gunshot and went running into the room.
Very well. Lead the witnesses in. The defendant may step down from the witness stand. Certainly, my lord. So, witnesses, state your names and occupations for the court.
Oh,
how are we gonna
that was
divide this?
horrible. Oh, I feel sick.
How are we gonna divide this? I assume since I've been talking a lot, you can take two.
It's a spell.
Oh yeah, that is kind of, she does look a spell-ish.
Names? We don't use names for fancy for the likes of us.
You want me to take this one?
Yeah, sure.
Alright.
We're just free and easy. So what we like, live where we want to live.
I gave them all a vacant stare as they walked down Fresno and spin a few words into a verse for them.
Ah! Would I be right in assuming that all three of you make your living by selling wares on the street?
Everyone calls me gossip. I sell jaunty little tidbits to pass by, you know. Jaunty little tidbits? Got an absolute smasher for you, sir. Right up your ginnel it is. 6p was the price and not a penny less. I hate him. Wait, you're actually trying to sell it to me now? Oh, come on, sir. Don't tell me you're not interested.
I know I've said that there are some latent-ass character designs in this game, but I think this is one that's not a good thing for it.
Yeah.
Try the man.
Give him the money and see what it is.
Pay the man, counsel.
Alright, 6p it is. You won't regret it, sir. Now, got your listening ears on. Just between us, a young couple on Slate Street have just had twins. Is that it? Oh! No, that's not it. It's gossip, innit? Wants to spread, but that bit's up to you and your mouth, of course. I've got more, you know. Want another juicy one? 6 a piece it is, if you're curious. I am curious, yes, about what's going on just under that fat bottom lip of yours. Name of the unusual bruise or whatever it is that's poking out from... Oh, yeah! Under your collar.
What about the next witness, then? What name do you go by and what do you sell?
Me? I'm Venus. So everyone calls me. Funny, isn't it?
Ooh.
I sell these lovely little fireworks to all the local school kids. 6p a pop. What do you say?
I'm just going to let this play out. See if it eventually explode.
I don't think it does. Oh, yeah. Press the button.
You weren't exaggerating with little. Do they actually sell?
Oh yeah, the second years can't get enough of my Venus firecrackers. Especially when I tell them that if they get 100, they could blow up the school.
Not the most savory of ideas, young lady.
What do you say, then, eh? Want to part with 6p for a pop?
Wait, what? You want me to buy one?
Tell you what, I'll let you in on a little secret. If you get 100 of them, you can blow up the whole courtroom.
Try the woman.
What the fuck?
Give her the money and see if she's right.
Pay the woman, counsel!
Alright, I'll buy one.
Lovely stuff. Right then, this is something a bit extra just for you. The Venus Special, only 600p.
600?
It's 100 of my regular fireworks. Nothing little about that, is there?
Oh, hey, the flame's gone out. And there'd be nothing little about the punishment if I blew up the Old Bailey, either. What? Oh! Oh! The Venus Special Firecracker, consisting of 100 smaller fireworks at 6p each. What sort of a bang could it make?
And the last witness. What name do you go by and what do you sell?
Okay, that's Beppo, right? Okay, yeah, that's Beppo. I'm the thinker, me. Think of all sorts of thoughts. I think, therefore I am. I am, therefore I think. I think. Because I stand there on the street, watching the world go on about me. They call me the Observator. Nope, that went a little bit too from Smartsy at the end. I have a feeling I've taken the wrong turn somewhere. Hi, Ray, you haven't taken a wrong turn. This is all incredibly normal. Get out of it, old man. Everyone calls you Sandwich and you know it.
So, you don't actually sell anything?
A problem shared is a problem halved. As they say, I give advice, I do, and I think what it means. I don't actually sell anything. No, come to think of it, what does it say? Hot actual...
Hero, like the sandwich, I believe.
Oh, okay. Doing good, thank you. How are you doing? Hot actual hero. No more purchases today, please.
Well, we have quite a cast here, it seems. I conduct their business on Fresno Street from morning until night, my lord.
Oh, nice. I forgot about the... Did you ever whatever happened with the Minecraft streams, Ray? I just realized as well we haven't examinated.
Have you had an idea, Mr. Naruto? You're staring at the end of the string of fireworks.
Sorry, it's just that it's the Venus special. I was wondering what 600 pence worth of fireworks would sound like.
Shall we find out?
Died upon spawning. Damn. What? She said it could blow up the whole courtroom. Alright, that was a fairly sizable bang.
My ears are still ringing, Mr. Naruto.
What? That's you.
Sound almost exactly like...
Goes off like a gunshot. Mm-hmm.
And always in the same place, directly adjacent to the crime scene. I see, and thus they heard the gunshot, I suppose. Not only that, but they very bravely ran inside to see what was going on and witnessed the crime.
Well, I'll be begging, I thought. Just between us.
Venus de Milo, what am I to do? What a terrible thing I saw.
What I think is, if all what we see is light and shadow playing with our eyes, is any of it real? Woohoo!
Very well. The court will hear the formal testimony of these three witnesses now.
Oh Christ, have we not done that yet?
You will describe in detail what you witnessed and heard at the time of the incident.
We saw the whole thing from start to finish, we did. Everything from the moment they went in the building.
It was less than a minute after the Reaper had gone inside that we all heard a big bang.
Seems to me that quick to talk is quick to walk. Gossip couldn't wait to go and see what had happened. I ran into the room and there he was, the Reaper, gun in hand, standing over the dead body.
I was scared after death, me, so I ran off to fight in the copper.
These witnesses were there the whole day and saw everything. Who did they see going inside the building?
Only the victim, Inspector Gregson, and the accused, Barrack Van Zeeks.
Interesting, okay. I've seen pictures of that Reaper in the paper. I know what he looks like. And just between us, folks love stories like this. I've made myself a tidy some already. Well, wait, the room was just one of several flats in the building. Someone from another flat could have done it.
All those flats on Fresno Street are unoccupied.
Oh, I hate it every time. Of course they are. They're small, damp, dirty, and expensive to boot.
The room in which the inspector was found is the only property in the building that's currently leased.
Why am I having such a visceral reaction to that?
I don't know.
We know the leaseholder's name, don't we? It's Hugh Boone.
The testimony the court has heard would appear to leave little room for doubt. It's becoming increasingly difficult to see how anyone other than the defendant could have committed the crime.
Easy, Your Honor. They could be lying. No!
Thank you for your candor, my lord. Counsel for the defense, you may proceed to cross-examine the witnesses.
Maybe I will, my lord. Maybe I will. I mean, yes, my lord. A closed court like this without a jury, the judge is the only person whose opinion matters. I have to break down this testimony. Somehow. When you say they, who do you mean exactly? Inspector Gregson and the defendant, Lord Van Zeeks? I suppose so. Just covering that part of the screen. Doing that with both sides because I can see it on the playback on the stream. As far as the likes of us don't know the names of the high and mighty. Oh crap! Right. I'll tell you one thing. It was the old Reaper that went in last. That's for sure and certain. Right, I can't use the scroll. I keep forgetting I can't use the scroll wheel in these bits because it keeps swapping things. Just behind Inspector Gregson. Did they arrive at the same time as each other? I don't know, Ray. It's just when he flicks his lip, it grosses me out, and I can't explain why. Ugh. No, not at all. God damn it. Ugh. First fella must have gone inside a good 15 minutes before he heard that gunshot. Never say those words again!
Oh no, I don't have chat open because the internet was going.
God.
I'll have to check real quick. Oh. Well.
Ray, no.
Could have been worse.
Why are there no mods present? The victim arrived 15 minutes before. Are you sure about that? Am I sure? No. Does it seem likely that I've forgotten a fellow with bright red hair like that, does it? Oh.
Yeah, his hair really were red, weren't it? Redder than my flaming fireworks, even.
The fire mops are still burnt on the inside of my eyelids. It is. Wait a minute, you're saying the man was a redhead? Weren't you listening, chum? He was a redhead, and he had a big trunk with him as well. Getting off that as quick as possible.
But Inspector Gregson's hair isn't red, not by any stretch of the imagination.
It seems likely the person you saw wasn't in fact Inspector Gregson at all, but some other third party.
No, I hate to break it to you, but the witnesses are correct.
We are fairly confident it is Beppo, yes, guy on a bike. What?
I will say though, I don't remember them ever acknowledging that it's Beppo though. So
really,
as far as I know, and I don't think that's a spoiler to say that because he's just here. He's Beppo.
Yeah.
But I don't remember them ever fucking calling him Beppo in this. It's weird because as connected as these games are, there are some certain things that they just never really address from the first game, which I find kind of weird. Like, you never really hear Magnus McGilded's name again. And,
oh yeah, no, I very much noticed how much they avoid saying McGilded.
Yeah.
I committed dickhead move to make everyone think he's dead. Yeah. Well, maybe. Anyway, yeah, sorry.
Just have a look at this photograph of the victim taken at the scene.
Look at it! Yes, that's Inspector Gregson, all right.
And the red hairpiece.
Ah!
Of course, we saw it on the floor when we investigated the scene, didn't we?
And we picked it up and we still have it in our pocket. I still refuse to believe Inspector Gregson wore a hairpiece, though. Then why on earth would he have been wearing something like that?
The color does seem to suit the man, one might say. The photograph will be submitted as evidence. Please, counsel.
A photographic print of the victim, Inspector Gregson. His body appears to be tightly curled up and there's a red hairpiece on his head. And what became of the trunk the red-headed victim was supposedly carrying?
I was informed that no trunk was found at the scene.
Wait, trunk! Fuck. Fair, nothing has prevented people from playing Resolve 4 the original on 3DS, aside from the big red 2. Fair. McGilded might have been a spoiler. Maybe, but they do, like... They also very much acknowledge... Like, they talk about stuff like Susato knowing the name Hound of the Baskervilles and stuff without context leading into that, as far as I can recall.
Yeah, I guess it was more so like... If it needed to be known for the continuing story, then they acknowledged it, of course. But, like... Yeah. I suppose, like... The whole McGilded stuff was more or less like done in the first game, so I guess they didn't really feel the need to acknowledge it. I'm not
in
sure.
your walls. Played up to case 2, game 2. I don't really care about spoilers. Fair enough. I'm sorry for the spoilers you've seen so far, though. we are getting very late into the game now. Getting towards, I think, the final actor on case 4. Yes, Ray? So it just disappeared. What the shit, just we've been watching the building every second, do you?
We definitely saw him in the dock going in, though. No question about that.
British trip from Susato is epic. Yeah, they went full British. British. Ray, you're grounded. May as well press everything because I don't know what we're doing at the moment. By which presumably you mean the gunshot.
I tell these little things, don't I? I know what a gunshot sounds like. I've always thought it probably sounds a bit like this, doesn't it?
And you say that you heard the noise almost as soon as you saw the defendant here enter the building?
That's right. It was almost straight away. Bang! It went, just like that.
Saying McGilded was Vile Criminal Spores, case 3 and 5 of the game. Saying Susato knew the title didn't mean anything in the first game. I think it's just more that there was no reason to mention McGilded again more than anything. Like his cases, whilst being important, aren't as important to this narrative as every other case we saw in the first game was.
It's complicated.
Yeah, it's weird. Oh, it's a Reaper, innit? It's what the French call a fait accompli. When the Reaper's around, people are going to the ground. I mean, that's what he does, isn't it? I think we got the message.
The Reaper couldn't allow the Inspector to live after he discovered his secret hideout. There can be no clearer motive for the crime.
There can be plenty of clearer motives to the crime.
Yes. It's certainly an eminently credible motive.
Great.
And at that point, you ran inside. Is that correct?
May as well press it. So when Gossip ran to see what had happened, did you go too? Well, me, I'm a bit hampered. See, all the signs are that I can't move very well.
You were way behind, presumably, with that sandwich board around your neck and that big sign in your hand.
Oh, what a great burden you bear. Pardon me for asking, Mr. Sandwich, but is it possible you and I have met before? Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm not anybody. The signs are what make me who I am now. I sign, therefore I am. Woohoo! So you weren't employed as an omnibus driver just under a year ago, then? No, they do directly acknowledge it. It was a choice that was made the first time we met Beppo.
I might be mistaken, but I believe this trembling is intensified, Mr. Naruto.
Yes, I agree. He's clearly been through a lot. Turn down King Henry Street and the Black Widow's arms is just there.
Oh dear, you've made him hide behind the sign.
Life is full of surprises.
Hold it!
So then, you were the first person to arrive on the scene, is that right? That was. Kick the door open like a professional. I did and yelled out, "What's going off here?"
Lord Van Zeeks claims all he heard was a man's scream, though.
And it was dark inside the room? No, not dark at all. There were candles burning on the wall. Really? I keep forgetting. I keep using the scroll button to like scroll through the text, but when I'm on this screen, it does this instead. And I keep forgetting that. And there was a fella collapsed on the floor. Just between us. It's the first thing I noticed when I got inside. Fuck's sake, I just complained about it. I see. Even though Lord Van Zeeks claims not to have seen any such lights on the wall. The next thing I noticed was someone standing right beside the body.
The accused, Barrack Van Zeeks.
That's right, pale-faced Reaper himself. I was a little shocked, I won't deny it, but I'm no living cat. That is a hard one to say in this. But I'm no little coward. I stood my ground and gave that Reaper a cold hard stare himself.
Excuse me.
When I stopped thinking, Case 5 of Game 1 was literal luck because of the jurors. Do you have something to add, Mr. Sandwich? Mr. Beppo Sandwich? There's really nothing to me. Empty in the head I am. Just 2 slices with no middle. So I don't know what you could want with me. I think that maybe you just remembered something. Having heard Mr. Gossip's last statement, I mean. What I think is, well, nothing's really. We try to dress ourselves up as something else, but at the end of the day, we're all just street sellers.
That's enough out of you, Sandwich. Keep your trap shut now. Unless you want us to make you into a real sandwich. A knuckle sandwich.
When he saw the Reaper, he fell clean over on his backside. That's it.
Oh, you rotten beggar. Told you to keep that secret.
He screamed, he did. He screamed and scrambled over on all fours. That's all I wanted to say. Mr. Gossip, is this true?
Floor's dead slippery, that's what.
What's it? It was wood. It was wood, but it...
Flighted my hand in a filthy pool of blood, didn't I?
Oh.
Yuck.
What? A pool of blood? Defendant.
But listen here, even when I was sprawled on the floor, I still kept giving that Reaper a cold hard stare, and don't you forget it.
Let's just go back a little. Did you say you got blood on your hand?
I did. Happens to the best of us at times, doesn't it? So I was scared. I slipped over. We can keep it just between us, can't we?
No, Mr. Gossip. I'm gonna have to ask you to add that information to your formal testimony.
Oh, if I must.
The witness will amend this testimony to include the aforementioned details at once.
I slipped over and got blood in my hand, so I quickly wiped it off on the floor.
Is... I'm gonna need a modern chat ASAP.
Objection.
So you wiped off the blood from your hand on the floor of the room. Are you quite sure about that?
Well, what else do you expect me to have done, eh? Does it really matter?
Objection.
The police found no such handprint on the floor during their investigations.
Objection.
What exactly is the defense asserting?
If you listen, you'll find out, prosecutor bitch. I mean, Asogi. Certainly there was no bloody handprint found on the floor.
What are you trying to say?
There was a handprint in blood left very clearly at the scene. On the back of this notice board.
Ah, yes, indeed. Indisputably a handprint in a distinctive color of blood.
Prosecutor Manchild who fakes his death.
No, you're dead right. That's my right hand. I'd know it anywhere.
What? What did he mean by this?
The witness very definitely testified that he wiped his hand on the floor. Any handprints on the back of the board are irrelevant.
Not if the board itself had fallen over onto the floor. In that case, it's quite possible for the witness's handprint to have ended up there.
Just look at the floor plan of the room.
Cosmo, you would never be Manfred or Edgeworth, and we testified that you were an NPC.
The notice board was in the opposite corner of the room to the victim in an upright position. Even if it had somehow been toppled and was lying on the floor at the time, it would have been at a considerable distance from the body.
I fell over when I came across the body. So I was basically right next to the corpse. Not on the other side of the room.
In other words, the defense's assertion is contradictory.
You're contradictory. supposed to be dead. Yes, it is. There's a very definite contradiction here, for which there must be a reason.
I take it that you formulated a proper hypothesis, Counsel. Regarding this apparent discrepancy between the witness's account and the handprint found at the scene.
He lied to us about being dead, Ray. I'm gonna bully him as much as I want. He was the love of our life and he was dead for a year. I have, my lord. This discrepancy between the witness's account and the location of the handprint is explained by board moving. Gotta be, right? It's not false testimony. We've seen the handprint. The real contradiction here is the handprint itself, not where it was found. As the court can see, it's upside down.
Good gracious, so it is! If the witness had put his hand against the board, the fingers should be pointing upwards. What does that tell us?
It tells one simple fact. When this handprint was made, the board must have been lying on the floor as I previously suggested. Which means that after the incident, it must have been moved.
What?
Objection.
Slaps table seductively. That's fine.
You're claiming that somebody moved the notice board after the shooting? And tell the court who.
I don't know that yet, but the point is, when you consider all the testimony we've heard so far, we can now be very clear on one point.
And that would be...
The position of the notice board at the time of the incident, my lord.
So, counsel, I must ask you to clarify your assertion for the court. The time of the incident, where do you maintain the notice board was situated?
Ray, Jesus Christ. Oh god, okay, I guess like somewhere like here? Because...
Probably.
Take that.
You know who you gave this? I know who I gave this badge to. This is the only possible location. I know who I gave the badge to. I never. Sorry.
Immediately adjacent to the doorway.
I know who I gave this badge to. I never expected you to fist a table. Things I never thought I'd say on stream. No one quote that. If the court would think back to the testimony given by the defendant earlier. He said that when he entered the room it was dark and he couldn't see the body. Oh shit!
Mm-hmm.
Bayek! If the notice board had been here, the body would have been completely hidden from view. And the light from the candles would have been blocked, making the room appear darker.
Objection.
The accused also claims that the victim's body simply appeared before him.
Yeah, when it fell, you dumb fuck.
That's true. Or in his precise words,
She just materialized a book, I wasn't paying attention.
Just as I picked the firearm up to examine it, the door flew open and I heard a man scream.
Thank you, Ray.
It was only then that the body of Inspector Gregson appeared before me.
I don't know about calling it a scream, but he was talking about me and no mistake. Because it was me that kicked the door up.
Kicked the door open, swung the board down. If you look again at the floor plan, consider what would happen if the door to the room was thrown open with force.
That can't.
The door struck the notice board, knocking it over and making the victim's body visible.
Good gracious!
My client has told nothing but the truth. He has simply described what he saw.
Order! Order! Counsel, how has this not come to light before now?
After the incident, somebody must have righted the board and moved it into the position where the police, myself, and my colleagues saw it when investigating the room.
Witness, what have you to say for yourself?
What? Me, my lord?
You and your fellows were there at the scene before anybody else. It goes without saying that you must know something about the position of the notice board.
The witnesses in the stand will testify again. You will each explain exactly what you did upon arriving at the scene of the crime.
Stop looking over your glasses at me. I'll get the message.
Okay, we're doing this again.
I don't know anything about that there notice board. I just wiped my head on it, that's all.
Well, don't look at me. I haven't got a clue about it. I was doing business with some second years at the time.
Oh Christ, is she a pyro? I don't know anything about anything. I'm just a bystander, me. Just a sign at the crossroads of life.
It was a Reaper, I bet. I've got a face that screams, bored!
Little Red Riding Pyro. I can't see how this changes anything anyway. The detective still died when he heard the gunshot.
So none of you can elaborate further. Shaken by the crime they witnessed, and with only the light of a few candles and an oil lamp by which to see. We can't expect these witnesses to be able to give a more precise account of what happened.
That's right, yeah. I don't pay to expect too much.
It's a man's endless quest for knowledge that's destroying the world. That's what I think. Let's go. Do you? Really?
In any case, as this testimony shows, even if the notice board was moved by somebody following the incident, it makes no difference. When the gunshot ran out, the accused was the only person at the scene. In short, the only person who could have possibly have committed this crime is Barrack Van Zeeks. None of this wrangling over the board changes that simple fact. Quite so, quite so. Does the defense still wish to cross-examine the witnesses despite the circumstances?
Most certainly, my lord.
Very well. Then you may proceed, counsel.
Please don't hate me for the ping in Discord. Which Discord, Ray? Yours? No, don't think there's really anything to see there. That could be potentially interesting. What does he mean by this? He has a face that screams bored. Let's try this. Because if it turns out she set the thing off by accident at the same time and there was no gunshot. When you say you were doing business with them, you mean you were selling them fireworks?
Yeah, what else? There's the Priory School just round the corner, see? Those cheeky little so-and-sos have got a plan to blow their school to kingdom come. So I've been telling on them, letting their teachers know what they're up to.
Wow. Oh, you have?
Yeah, wouldn't want anyone to get hurt, so that the school know the kids are playing with dodgy toys. Then, praise the Lord, the teachers take all the fireworks off them. And then, praise the Lord again, the kids all come back to buy more. Everyone's happy, see?
Holy shit, you sneaky little minx. What a racket.
Of course, and sometimes the teachers give me a little bonus for letting them know. It's a busy old life selling explosives.
Venus is a guileful goddess indeed.
She should really put out those matches before she throws them, though.
Oh, telling barefaced lies is kind of my thing, really. I'm ever so good at it.
Is she kissing them in that animation?
I'm not sure.
Excuse me.
Something wrong, Mr. Sandwich? Mr. Beppo Sandwich? If I said it was, could we just leave it at that? Would that be the end of it? No. Did Miss Venus's statement just now bring something to mind, perhaps? Beppo Sandwich out bang free, fuck's sake!
Jesus.
Philosophical thoughts. Deep philosophical thoughts. Let's say there was a great liar. And that great liar said without batting an eye, telling barefaced lies is kind of my thing. I'm ever so good at it. Would those words of hers be a lie too, or the truth? In which case, she's not a liar. Oh God. Yeah, fair. Oh, it's a hellish paradox, that one, don't you think? I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. But it seems to me you're suggesting Miss Venus has been lying, are you? Look at him struggling so hard.
What are you on about, old man? Trying to cause trouble, are you? Keep on like that. And I'll wrap your whole body in firecrackers and set them off. That'll give you something to tremble about.
You have a startlingly disturbing mind behind that sweet and innocent face, young lady.
So, Miss Venus has lied in her testimony. Is that what you're saying, Mr. Sandwich? Well, if it means I'll be burning in hellfire for the rest of my days, so be it. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Can you elaborate, please, sir?
Beppo really learned his lesson about lying in court. Shit, he did! That's why he's like this. That's why it's Beppo. Old Blabbermouth here headed for the room where the gunshot seemed to come from. But there was someone else who crept up the stairs behind him too. That's right. That rotten liar over there. Yeah, she did kiss him. I heard the kissing sound.
Do you mean to say that you did in fact betake yourself to the scene of the crime after all?
What did I tell you, eh? I said I was good at telling barefaced lies, didn't I?
Yes, you mentioned it.
Well, that revelation rocked the whole courtroom, didn't it?
Who knew firecrackers packed such a punch?
So, you did visit the scene of the crime, did you, young lady? Good grief.
Well, now you come to mention it. I suppose perhaps I do clearly remember climbing the stairs to the room, yeah?
Behind her. Either you clearly remember it or you don't.
Well, I shall consider it a fitting punishment for this perjurous act later. For the time being, you will immediately amend your testimony to reflect the truth.
Oh, yes, my lord, of course.
Okay. Make a habit of lying, do you, Miss Venus?
I suppose so. I don't really know, to be fair. If you want my advice, though, I'd take everything I say with a big pinch of salt.
Alright, but you did in fact go to the room where the victim was killed on the day in question, didn't you?
Oh, please, as if I would. I can't think of anything more terrifying.
The truth, please.
Well, alright, just a bit then.
Just a bit of truth.
I mean, a girl my age is curious about stuff, you know?
Did you touch anything at the scene?
Oh, please, as if I would. I mean, there was a dead body on the floor.
The truth, please.
Well, alright, just a bit now. I had a look to see if there was anything I could sell. So I did give the place a once-over, but it was nothing to write home about.
Right. Now I hesitate to ask, but you didn't move the notice board by any chance, did you?
Please, as if I would touch anything like that. Just a few bits of loose change is all I had.
The truth, please.
Truth, please.
Well, alright then. I thought there might be something worth having underneath it. So I blasted the flippin' thing. Sorry, flip the blasted thing.
You're telling us that you did move that board?
I think that did slip out, didn't it?
What, you daft bomb pot! Bomb pot, that's a good word. I don't believe it. The girl doesn't think. So, did you find anything then? Something you might have taken, perhaps, to sell?
Oh, please, I should be so lucky. In my imagination,
The truth, now!
I might have found this old pocket watch under the notice board, I suppose. But a bit of junk like this can't be worth much, if you ask me.
Ah! So it was you, was it? You're the one what took it? Gina?
Good young lady, might I remind you where you are? Oh,
That watch there! That was a present to Inspector Gregson from the yard for a big case he solved 10 years ago.
That's her case, no doubt.
The boss used to wind it up every evening without fail. Then when he was waiting for his grub to come at the pub. I see. I swiped it off him once and blimey was he upset. He gave me a right earful. Said he hadn't missed a day in the last 10 years, polishing it and winding it. It meant the world to him, that watch did. Possibly not the best thing to go diving for then.
It's not all that, though. I took it to Jabez's that night to ask how much it was worth, but the old dealer wouldn't touch it. Wouldn't give me a penny for it. Said it wasn't working. Looked about and worthless, he called it.
I knew I should have lifted it.
That watch must be submitted as evidence at once.
Oh, please, just so long as you promise to give it back when we're done.
Not a chance. I'll swipe it from you if you try and get your grubby mitts on it again.
That's enough. Hand the watch to the bailiff forthwith.
Now, children, watch your manners.
Good lord.
What is happening in there?
The glass appears to be broken.
More than likely, it shattered when the inspector was shot.
Doesn't tick anymore either. They just wanted to Bez didn't want it. What a waste, eh?
Yes, indeed. It appears to have stopped at the hour of 5.
Exactly when the gunshot was heard, then.
Which supports the prosecution's claim, of course.
Inspector Gregson's pocket watch that he wound without fail every single day. It's no longer ticking and the glass over the face is cracked.
Well, it would appear that the mystery of the moving notice board has been solved at least.
Please hold on a second, Your Honor. Oh. Nothing on the back for once. There's a tiny little stub sticking out from this small hole here, look.
I suppose there must have been a little nub or something on that for saying the time.
In that case, seeing as we know the inspector took such good care of this watch, it probably broke when the incident occurred, didn't it?
Yes, of course.
Which could mean that there's a small part of the watch still at the scene, maybe. Ah, there's a tiny little keyhole here, can you see?
Oh yes, that's probably the winder used to wind up the mechanism.
Oh! Looks a little unusual, don't you think?
Yes, you just need the right key to wind it, I imagine.
Why do I feel as though I've seen something? Something a bit like a key that's about the right size to fit in this hole.
It would be wonderful if we had the key. Let's check carefully over what we found already.
Sorry, Your Honor. Everyone talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Glass over the face really is badly cracked, look. My key's too small to fit that hole.
What a shame when the inspector clearly looked after it so carefully.
I imagine Mr. Sholmes could repair it, don't you?
Yes, I should think so.
I'd imagine Iris. He's very adept at things like this. A useful man to have around, in fact.
But kindly remember that he's a great detective, Mr. Naruhodo, not an odd job man.
Miss Susato, when you came back from Japan, he was temping as a waxwork. There it is.
I think we've read all this before, haven't we?
Yeah, it's doing the thing where it won't let me skip. Oh no, it will. Okay.
Don't know why I made that sound, but...
Miss Susato, do you think perhaps this key could be the key for Inspector Gregson's watch?
Oh, yes, it could be. Let's try it at once. There's not a moment to lose.
I knew it had a perfect fit.
And look,
The insides are still working.
the inspector's watch has started going again.
So it's obviously just not been wound up, that's all. What is it, Miss Susato?
Well, if the watch isn't actually broken after all, I have a feeling it could have profound implications.
She's deep in thought now. Perhaps I'd better start thinking deeply too. Having wound it up, it started ticking again. Okay, I have some bad feelings. I think Gregson's been gone a while.
And as predicted, I had very little bearing on this case. Now then, continue with your cross-examination, please, counsel. Don't you want to see what he means by a face that means bored?
Yes, I do actually, thank you. What exactly do you mean by that?
Oh, come on now, don't tell us you've not noticed. Looks like he hates everything in the world, that fella. Not notice boards, they're the one thing he likes. You can see it in his eyes.
What does he mean by this? I can't say I'd ever noticed.
I'll tell you one thing for free, though. I never took my eyes off that man on the floor, or off the Reaper, not for a second.
Sorry?
Well, I was that scared I couldn't. You never know what a feeling like that might do if you look away, do you?
I'm so glad you made me go on this tangent, because what the fuck? If you didn't take your eyes off the defendant, you should be able to confirm categorically whether or not he was the one who moved the notice board.
Oh, that I can't. The Reaper did nothing of the sort. I can swear to that.
We know this now.
Couldn't have missed it if he did the thing upright again and dragged it in the corner.
Right. I'm glad we cleared that up.
What happened to the face that screams bored?
I feel your pain, Kazuma. But did he, though? But did he, though, Beppo? I'm afraid that's not necessarily the case. Oh! At the scene, we found this key to the winder of the inspector's pocket watch.
Key?
And having wound the pocket watch, we discovered that it in fact still works. See, the watch didn't stop because it was broken at all. And that fact completely undermines one of the most fundamental premises on which this entire case has been built.
What?
Order! But counsel! The watch was started almost exactly 5 o'clock.
Yeah, which is just when we heard that gunshot.
It is exactly the hour.
The time that was showing on the watch tells us nothing other than when it wound down. It's merely a coincidence that it happened to be at 5 o'clock.
Even if that's true. The 3 witnesses here all heard the gunshot at 5 o'clock. So that's obviously when this crime was committed.
No, that doesn't hold.
But why not?
Recall what Inspector Lestrade said only moments ago.
The boss used to wind it up every evening without fail when he was waiting for his grub to come at the pub. Said he hadn't missed a day in the last 10 years, polishing it and winding it. It meant the world to him, that watch did.
The victim was in the habit of winding his watch once a day in the evening. We can reasonably assume, therefore, that he wound the timepiece on the evening before he died as well.
Yes, that would be entirely reasonable.
But if that's the case, you wouldn't expect the watch to have completely wound down by 5 o'clock the following day.
Oh, why?
In summary, the evening before the day of the incident when the gunshot rang out in that room, the inspector was already unable to wind his watch.
You can't mean.
What would stop a man winding his watch if he's been in the habit of winding it every single evening for 10 years? The obvious answer is that he lost both his arms. I mean, he was already dead.
Order! Order! Counsel, that is a most extraordinary claim.
Objection.
Extraordinary isn't the word, it's absurd!
Hey, Kiki.
You claim he was already dead the night before. You really think that Scotland Yard's coroner would have overlooked something like that?
Yes, because we had them arrested.
Well, fuck! Oh, blow me. Oh, gladly. What?
Oh, well, can I help you with the D&D question real quick? Sure, Ray, what's the D&D question? Yeah, fuck England! My window's open!
There's something rather surprising. Jesus Christ, what have I done? There's actually an omission in the coroner's report. The time of death is not noted.
Yes, I noticed this. I pointed this out. The English can hear you. That's fine. How heavy would you say a paladin owlin is at 6'11" in height? Shit, I don't know about weight. Is that not something you Is that not something you sort of roll for? I don't know the weight. I've never actually thought about the weight stuff. That's a good question that I may not be qualified to answer. I'm sorry. Although Owl, the bird person, I probably have hollow bones, so take that into account. That's right.
Wait a minute, you're forgetting that my legs went from under me when I kicked the door in.
Medium creatures must be under 400. Yeah, have it be under 400, and yeah, just say hollow bones, yo. What do you mean?
Like I said, I planted my hand in a dirty great puddle of blood.
Yes, so the victim's blood hadn't dried. It was fresh.
Calculation it would only be 36 pounds with armor. Is that too light? You want him to be able to fly, right? Just go. I'd say go with it. That sounds like a good number, potentially.
He catches on fast, doesn't he?
But that blood could be explained in any number of ways. It could have been put there afterwards. Some fresh blood could have been poured over the something.
Does my learned friend think that fresh blood is available on every street corner?
Wrong button. Put over the victim's body. Yes, this is England.
Well, it is. I mean, it needn't necessarily have been human blood, of course. We've been told previously that Scotland Yard has no way to identify blood as human.
Is it like a large bird and then multiply by bird height?
The problem is currently being researched. At present, you are correct. It is beyond our abilities.
His customer doesn't call us slurs, but he's so mean. You're so right, Kiki. So then, a chicken's blood could have been used, for example.
It's certainly a possibility that it wasn't the inspector's blood at all.
Objection.
But the gunshot was heard at 5 o'clock that afternoon. That's beyond question.
Is it though?
What?
Given that the time of death of the victim has already been called into question. What is an owl and but many owls in a trench coat? Jesus Christ. It isn't beyond the realms of possibility that what these witnesses heard wasn't a gunshot at all.
Please, what are you trying to say?
You literally just
Ocelot know what we heard, and it was a loud bang that came from that there room.
What the? Hello?
Because he drove the horse carriage before.
No, I got that, but I thought this was something else. Hello.
No, we're not at Justice for All yet.
Oh, I wasn't thinking Francisco. I was just thinking. Oh, I suppose.
Ray, please.
Ray gets it. Now you listen to me. A storyteller's ears, that is livelihood. 3 hours in the chainmail. I don't doubt your ears, sir, but all you can state with certainty is that you heard a noise.
How'd you do that?
Explain yourself then, Counsel.
A noise that sounds like a gunshot could have been made with... Oh, I don't know. This? I'm an avid guild supporter.
Damn, Kiki wasn't there last night for the RE7 chat for the GILF conversation, though.
Holy shit. Something like this. The culprit could have set one of these to fake a gunshot.
Good gracious, the very fireworks that I sold by the witness. Oh Christ, but she's fucking with it, Barry. I mean, we also brought up, Vampire Lady in the same breath. So
Dimitrescu.
I mean, it wasn't all Evelyn talk. Some gilfs age more gracefully than others, I suppose.
Wow.
Also, some of them are fucking vampires. Now, hold on a minute. Are you saying I did it? Can you mod me real quick? What the fuck are you saying?
My pretty little firecrackers only make a little pop anyway, see?
We're not the ones bringing the unhinged energy this week. What the fuck? We need to up our game, Barry. Not 100 of them together. The Venus special that you sell for 600 pennies sounds like this. Bang. It sounds exactly like that noise I just made. As the call can now attest, it sounds very much like a gunshot, in fact. Or like me saying bang.
You're trying to suggest that somebody set off one of those fireworks at the scene. I have a gunshot on my soundboard, but it can't be picked up through here.
Yeah, I don't have a proper soundboard set up. I don't know if I can... Oh, I can add soundboard profiles on the Voice Mod mobile app. Interesting. I'm suggesting that somebody knew the defendant was in the room at 5 that day and sought to implicate him by creating a sound like a gunshot for those peddlers on Fresno Street to hear.
Objection.
But even the accused himself has testified that he saw no one else in the room at the time. Whether it was a gun or a firecracker, the only person present to cause that bang was Barrick Van Zeek.
One whiff of a match and my firecrackers go pop. See? It's why people like them.
I feel for your fingers, young lady.
Objection!
Recently, during my time here in Britain, I've learned of a very useful invention indeed. Something called a time bomb?
Good heavens, a bomb!
Yes, a device that allows you to blow up whatever you like, whenever you like.
Yes, Naruhodo, I worry that your unfortunate phrasing there may lead to yet another international incident.
It better, Miss Susato. That's the plan. I am... Oh, what's the word? Oh, I'm filibustering. That's the word. No, wait. It's the whenever you like part that's important.
That's it, I'm getting me melon.
A time device?
Yes, exactly. A timed device. Something of that nature could have been planted at the scene. A device that was able to produce the sound of a gunshot long after the culprit had left.
Your extravagant claim will have to be substantiated with evidence, counsel. What proof do you have to suggest in any way that a time device was employed to create the gunshot sound?
Oh shit!
Take that!
Hell yeah! As the court has already discussed, the tip of one of the candles in this candelabrum has been blown off.
Indeed, because it was struck by the bullet, which presumably passed through the victim.
I don't think that's possible, my lord.
Not possible. Why?
Because of the scorching. There are gunpowder scorch marks clearly visible on the broken candle.
There are? Goodness, yes, but is it not the case? There was also scorching on the victim around the bullet entry wound.
That's right, there was, but as we heard earlier, scorching like that only occurs when the target is at very close range, a matter of centimeters from the gun.
Huh.
Which means the scorching on the candle can't possibly be the result of a gunshot.
You're suggesting it came from the fireworks?
How can that be, eh?
The fact that there's such visible scorching on the candle... No, I haven't checked how old the game thinks these characters are. Makes sense.
I
Oh,
mean, Beppo is still not listed.
yeah.
He's immortal.
Oh, none of them have ages. Okay.
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
I mean, I don't remember if they get them, but sometimes the game will list, like, unknown ages, and then they'll fill them in later.
Yeah.
I forget if that's the case for this one.
The fact there's visible scorching on the candle. It's just the fireworks must have been right next to it when they exploded. I mean, she could be 14. Like Victoria.
I doubt it, considering the way she, like... I'm doubting it, considering the way that,
Yeah.
like, she, like, talks lesser of, like, the school kids, but...
I mean, Victorian London, it's no age certificates. It's just the fireworks must have been right next to it when they exploded.
I do not think we learned Beppo's age.
Or to put it another way, the candle and firecrackers were joined together.
Oh, what have I done?
The culprit somehow attached the firecrackers at a point partway down the candle. After the killer had left the scene. Oh, that is clever. The candle slowly burnt down along with the other two, until eventually it ignited the fuse of the firecrackers, generating a loud bang. And that is how these three witnesses came to believe they'd heard a gunshot at 5 o'clock.
Well, what a plot. This implies that the victim could have died earlier than we've been led to believe. The previous day, even.
Now, just hold your horses. All us lot here saw the victim going into the building, remember? I couldn't forget that flame-colored hair, even if I wanted to.
The person you saw entering the building wasn't the victim at all. Consider this.
Ah,
Obviously, anybody can wear a wig. So the person these witnesses saw entering the building 15 minutes before the incident occurred could easily have been someone else entirely wearing the red hairpiece.
Someone else? Do you mean to say...
It was the same person who contrived the firecracker trick. In other words, Inspector Gregson's killer. That's you.
Oh, very impressive, Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
Kazuma? Asogi?
I'm really quite amazed you've come this far. But after all, wasn't I the one who told you that you had all the makings of a great defense lawyer? I also know the lack of a time of death in this report, a stark omission. But as far as I'm concerned, this whole country's justice system leaves a lot to be desired.
Wow! You managed to be a different kind of racist.
Prosecutor Asogi! What on earth do you mean by that statement?
I hear that many of the leading members of Britain's judiciary are present to observe this trial today. We cannot allow even the slightest doubt to be overlooked. The defense's assertion about the time of death based on the victim's stopwatch is just conjecture. But while the possibility exists that my learned friend may be correct, we have a duty to explore it.
Well, certainly, I would agree with you.
And what immediately comes to mind is, of course, what was Inspector Gregson doing and where did he go on the day before the incident?
Do you know?
The inspector always carried out his investigative work alone. His movements were treated as confidential within Scotland Yard.
Even within the yard?
However, considering the evidence we've been presented with so far, I'd say it's fairly apparent what case the man was pursuing, wouldn't you, my learned friend?
Oh, okay. So now you're saying this isn't the Reaper's hideout.
I do have a feeling about what case he might have been investigating.
Yes, I agree. Surely, my lord, the defense believes it can explain to the court the case that was being investigated by Inspector Gregson at the time of his death.
Very well, counsel. Present your argument to the court. What evidence is suggestive of the case being investigated by the inspector on the day prior to the incident?
Yeah.
Take that!
I believe this red hairpiece points to the answer. We might assume it was part of a disguise used to carry out an undercover investigation.
Surely not! Such a brightly colored hairpiece would only serve to make the inspector more noticeable.
Yes, that's quite true. It would definitely have made him stand out in a crowd. Except, that is, in a crowd of gentlemen from the Red-Headed League.
The Red-Headed League?
So, you'd already worked it out.
What on earth is this all about? Is there such an extraordinary league of gentlemen? Do I need to dye my hair red?
I get it. I get that reference.
Red-Haired League is currently under investigation for a grand deception.
A deception of what nature, Council?
Deception most foul.
They have been targeting red-headed men across all of London, tricking them out of small sums of money. 2 men were arrested for the misdemeanor only yesterday, in fact.
Oh no.
Oh.
My lord! I gave that dude the Mario voice as well, didn't I?
No, they were French, so you didn't.
Okay. The defense calls for these 2 men to be summoned at once.
Bring in the Walmart Skulkin brothers!
2 redheads?
Inspector Gregson clearly infiltrated the Red-Headed League using this hairpiece. So it's very likely that he had direct contact with these criminals. And it's quite possible that such contact led to more serious events.
I concur that we cannot in good conscience leave this new avenue unexplored.
Done, Mr. Naruhodo.
Well, it's another possible line of inquiry for us at least.
Prosecution will make immediate arrangements for the charged men to appear. Bring these 2 Red-Haired League conspirators before me, Prosecutor Asogi.
At once, my lord.
Very good. We'll have a 30-minute recess. Court is adjourned.
Okay.
Things are getting interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay, what do we think? How long would you say the second part is? Like,
It has about the same amount of cross-examinations.
okay.
So it's up to you. I might have underestimated the amount of time we need to finish these cases.
I mean, we're still looking at a stream, maybe 2. That's... Maybe if the Ultra Kill update's out early enough on Tuesday, I can do that in the day and then maybe do this in the... We'll see how we go. Is it worth starting now, do you think, or...
I guess we could, yeah.
Okay.
So I have to do the fucking voice.
Yes. Yes, you do. Because that is a voice you decided to create.
It's the voice I did on my run as well, so I thought it was only fair.
Fair enough. Oh, there you are, Rado.
What kept you, my dear fellow?
Hello, Mr. Sholmes. Gina. You sure about what you said in there? That the boss, actually died the day before? It's pretty hard to swallow.
Yes, I was shocked by the revelation too, Gina.
As was I. Possibly more shocked than both of you.
It's not a competition, Mr. Sholmes. But I was more shocked than all of you put together.
This is the autopsy report in question, is it?
Yes, it's strange that there's no time of death noted. I suppose there's a simple explanation, or perhaps it was a deliberate omission.
Oh dear. If it was deliberate,
Hang on.
it puts me in the mind of the last case we worked on and Dr. Scythe.
Okay, so...
Man.
I think there's a reason he's in this position. If I'm right about the trunk being a thing, and I'm fully aware I'm throwing another judge under the bus potentially by doing that, rigor mortis could have set in by that point, and that's why he's in that position, because they can't change it. If he was bundled in that person-sized trunk. But why would they have killed him? We could probably KO this trial in this stream and the next. Okay. I know. Anyway, it seems that on the day before Lord Van Zieks discovered his body, Inspector Gregson was investigating the Red-Headed League, so perhaps something happened with them. Yes, Judge Jigoku is secretly a redhead. Come to think of it. You had trouble with those League men too, didn't you, Mr. Schultz? You were taken in by their trick?
No. Naturally, I wasn't taken in, as you put it. My sleuthhound interest was merely piqued slightly by the rare set of a weekly £4 income.
Normally we go for about 3 hours-ish thereabouts, and we're 2 hours-ish in.
Yeah.
If we find a good cut-off point, then we can probably just cut off there. He drank hair locks potions. And that scent masked the underlying scent of deception, I suppose.
The two criminals in question are the pair we saw being arrested yesterday, aren't they? In Mr. Sholmes' suite, I mean.
That's right, Suze. It was me what took him in. Thanks to a tip-off by a good law-abiding citizen.
Indeed, yours truly.
So it's going to be that pair in the witness stand next, is it? Something doesn't quite make sense to me, though. The day before Inspector Gregson was found, you hadn't had trouble with the Red-Headed League yet, had you? Why would the Inspector have been investigating them?
Well, the likely explanation would be that Gregson's own sleuthhound interest was piqued by the rare sense of a weekly £4 income.
Don't tar him with the same brush as you, Sholmes.
Yes, well... Then there's the whole issue of Inspector Gregson being investigated by Lord Van Zieks for some reason. Oh, okay, I'm thinking a lot bigger picture, and I'm thinking... If we can knock this case out in the next 2 streams... Maybe I've misinterpreted things. Okay.
The Reaper, the Red-Headed League, Inspector Gregson, and Lord Van Zieks.
And Kazuma. I feel as though he knew we'd arrive at this point somehow.
Gosh, I think you're right.
What's he really trying to achieve here today?
All the answers will soon be revealed. Observe the time, my dear fellow. This recess will be over very shortly.
Yes, you're right. Kazuma was determined that he should be the one to prosecute this trial. And he was determined that I should take the defense. So what is it he's hoping to make me see, I wonder? I get the feeling we're a long way from the end of this trial yet. And yet we can finish it in... Yeah. And yet we can finish it in this stream and the next, apparently. I have a follow-up question.
Yeah.
Yeah. I questioned earlier if the last case was maybe a DLC case. Is this a 2-part case?
Okay, so... I guess I guess I can go ahead and say basically starting from like Ace Attorney 5 onward, what's happened is basically that usually the fourth case is used as a lead into the fifth case, and this game is a lot like that. As in, yes, it does do that.
Wow, cool. That's interesting. Okay, well, yeah, I didn't have the frame of reference from the past to get that. I get the feeling we're a long way from the end of this trial yet.
Actually, wait, no, I lied. Ace Attorney 6 does not do that. It's just that Ace Attorney 5th case, Ace Attorney 6's 5th case is so fucking long that I kind of lumped it in with there.
All I can tell you is Parry's VOD of the finale is literally 6 hours long. Wow!
I mean, our VOD of the first case was, of the first game's case was 5 hours long. So
Yeah. I'm still so bummed we've lost a chunk of them from that Twitch thing.
Yeah.
I also realized I lost my Portal, but Gladys's the TikTok voice VOD as well. That's gone.
Oh.
Shame. Are you ready then, Mr. Zato?
Yes!
Yes, Kiki.
God, someday I'm gonna get there.
Actually, the finale VOD for me was actually just under 5 hours.
Oh,
But it was still pretty long. Well, actually, combining it with the VOD before that, it's about 6 or 7 hours, yeah. Whatever, it doesn't matter, I'm getting caught up. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session again. We resume the closed court hearing of Beric Van Zieks, here present, who stands accused of murder. Now then, Prosecutor Osoki. My lord. Have you summoned the witnesses as requested? Yes, the 2 members of the Red-Headed League who planned and carried out the deception. They arrived not long ago from the local prison by police carriage. Very good. Bailiff, usher the 2 men into the courtroom. Do we have to?
Yes, we do. Where do they get these never-ending supplies of food?
I don't know. These 2 men are currently being held by the police on suspicion of attempted extortion. Maybe it's a Red-Headed League thing, because Gregson was in there and he was apparently in disguise for that. He has the never-ending fish and chips, and little Italian boy here has a never-ending plate of spaghetti. I don't know.
French boy, you said. Oh, sorry.
Well, no, yours is French, mine is Italian.
Oh, okay.
I think is how it is.
Yeah, sorry.
You may omit your occupations, but state your name now for the court.
I am Fabian de Rousseau. A descendant of the great de Rousseau family from Nice in France.
My name is Pepino de Rossi. I am the 3rd son of the great Familia de Rossi, the landowners from the Poli. Yahoo!
The 2 men first became acquainted at the boarding school for European nobility.
How is it that with the Skulkins and with these dudes, I've ended up with the tall one both times?
Yeah.
I'm mostly disappointed that I'm pretty sure DeRusso isn't gonna do the what thing.
I don't think so, no.
Huh?
I don't think so, no.
Those who graduate from Tensik as the future leaders of Europe. But it was our wedding day. Do you have any idea how boring it is to be born with noble blood? Alors, I make it my mission to get the better of the world by employing the little grey cells in my brain. That is all I'm trying to do, huh? So, that's the only reason for this whole grand deception you've been carrying out. Oui? You could say that.
And it? Yes, the grand ideas, but the petty plans. This strange combination is in the charm of the hilarious brothers.
Wow, they really are just knockoff Skulkins.
Yeah.
See, capo?
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
That is what this pose is. Listen to me, Peppino. I have two things to say to you.
Che, are you about to tell me one of your grandy anecdotes? Viva!
Firstly, I want you to stop calling me this capo. And secondly, we are not the hilarious brothers. This is serious business.
Hello, there it is, the capo's turpa card, the furrowed brow. It is deepo, capo, the furrow and the meaning of your words.
The court has been led to believe that under the banner of the Red-Headed League, you have conspired to swindle money from unsuspecting members of the public. Is this true?
Oui, c'est ça.
And what exactly was the nature of this deception by which you planned to defraud?
Alors, I will explain it.
No, capo, leave it to me. As you see, we both have the vivid red hair, no? At school, we were teased for this without pity. This capo here, he was many times behind the schoolhouse crying like the Trevi fountain. Hey, those dogs onesies well will respect us redheads. Every night he would bury his head in his pillow and weep for the injustice.
C'est bien, Peppino. Enough. I will explain the rest. The first step was the newspaper advertisement. About 1 week before the plan was put into operation, we listed the same notice in every paper in London. This dude is an elf. Yes, we saw that notice. It was this one, I believe, entitled To the Red-Headed League. Oui, c'est ça. I am honored that you have seen it. It states that the only condition for joining the league is having flame-colored hair. And if you satisfy the interview panel and are admitted into the league, you could receive a weekly income of £4.
On the date specified, red-headed hopefuls gathered in droves at the park specified in the advertisement. And from each person present, this pair took an application fee of 5 shillings.
And with the money to France. It was a plan most elegant, no?
No, it was most dishonorable. But to be frank, I'm stunned to anybody who's foolish enough to be taken by such an obvious trick.
The park was described by one witness as choked with red-headed folk, like a Coster's orange barrow.
And the day on which all these men gathered to apply was the day before the victim was discovered. Crucially, these two men spoke face-to-face with every single person present that day.
Oui, I have seen more red-headed people in one day than I will see in the rest of my life.
See, and now every time I see the capo's hair, I feel sick to my stomach.
Anyway, why have we been summoned here today? Sorry? The date for our trial was not until tomorrow, I was told.
Naturally, neither of these men have been told any details about this trial.
Serious atmosphere for the murder of Gregson? No, clown music time.
They've only been shown this photograph.
Very good. So, Mr. de Rousseau and Mr. de Rossi, you will now give your formal testimony for the court. On the subject of the gentleman pictured in this photograph.
Of course, we are always ready to help with the law. Breaking it, you know.
We had more than 1,000 red-headed people assemble in the park on Lime Street that day.
I recall the man in this photograph, eh, Capo?
No, I don't remember him. Obviously he is dead now, but I assure you he was not in the park.
Allora, these victims have nothing to do with us.
You have a lot to answer for, Peppino. It is your fault that we got caught in the first place.
You've given sworn testimony that the man in this photograph was not present. Can you be certain?
Oui, I am quite certain we did not interview this man.
Nobody looking like this came to the park, this I can promise.
It must be noted that you have been arrested for grand deception, however. Accordingly, this court has little confidence in your assurances.
So far, with this attitude, we get to nowhere, huh?
He's really a sulking now. It's a shame he's not a skulking now.
Well, if he was a skulking, he could never be sulking.
Yeah.
This confidential document was obtained directly from Scotland Yard.
This music is so inappropriate.
Yeah.
This music is so inappropriate for the case that has hit me the hardest.
Yeah. Fucking Paper Mario sounding ass music. Records an entry from the inspector's private diary dated the day before the incident. It reads, Lime Street Red-Headed League, undercover.
The answer? Maybe there was another similar event in the park on the day in question, huh?
That is ridiculous. There's no question that Inspector Gregson was investigating the Red-Headed League. Which means it's quite possible that's when he was killed.
The defense may proceed with the cross-examination now.
Yes, my lord.
Hold it!
1,000 people, that's a very big crowd. It was quite a spectacle. Redheads had come from all over the capital.
See, the Capo here, he has the magnetismo animale, huh? Nobody else could attract so many people. If I could be born again, I would be the Capo.
All those people wanted was the money. Peppino? Oh crap. All those people wanted was the money, Peppino. The £4 per week.
Are you suggesting that you spoke personally with all 1,000 applicants?
Oh, oui, that we did. Because every one of them paid us 5 shillings.
We take their names and we take their money. And we take their addresses as well. We live in their walls. And I tell them we take some days to let them know by the post. Finito. A petit minute person. We start early in the morning and we stop late in the night.
So, you earned 5,000 shillings in one day? That's a small fortune.
Who would have thought there were 1,000 such gullible redheads in London to start with?
One of whom was a great detective with chemically altered hair. Oh crap, wrong thing. Press. He doesn't look at all familiar?
No, I don't think so. This is a wig, eh? He was trying to trick us. I do not like the people who are trying to trick the other people.
Says the con artist.
If between them they interviewed 1,000 people with red hair, it would be unreasonable to expect them to remember every face.
No, senor, I may be small. But my memory is very large, I never forget a thing. In my opinion, I do not think this man was in the park.
He's not going to give the court a definite, it seems.
Kaput? You didn't see a man like this, huh?
But according to what you've said, you spoke with 1,000 or more people that day. Well, yes, that's true. My eyes were burning by the end of the day. Surely then you can't actually remember every single face. How are you so certain? This particular man wasn't present.
I believe the red hair is very distinctive, Yeah, but not when you have a 1,000 redheads crowding around, then it is just eyesore. But if there was some other information you could give us, maybe then we would recall.
That is not the line, Peppino. Remember, we do not remember him. We are sure of that fact, huh? If there was a man with a red hairpiece, but his moustache did not match the color, then I do not think I could have forgotten him. Cosmo said these two had only been shown that photograph and they'd been told nothing else at all. What if I fed them just one more detail about the victim? For example...
Okay, save.
Huh?
make a save real quick so we don't have to, go through all that again. So we could choose the joke answer.
What joke answer? They all seem very serious to me.
Oh, of course.
I can certainly appreciate that just knowing the man had red hair wouldn't help you remember in this situation. What if I told you the man was always munching on a packet of fish and chips? Do you remember a man who was eating incessantly? Not really. I was looking only at the heads of the applicants. I wouldn't have noticed the fish and chips any more than the caviar and smoked salmon.
Oh, the spaghetti! Me, I love the spaghetti.
Most identifying feature, not the fact that he looks like a thumb.
I'm sorry.
Wow!
Listen, I've seen him die before, alright?
You know what, I'm not... We're going back on this. I've always been curious what happens if you pursue someone when the pursue thing isn't there.
Excuse me.
Mr. DeRusso, is something wrong? I was just considering something. About the testimony? Did something that was just said jar with you? No, I was considering my next cunning plan.
Yeah, fantastical, Capo. The hilarious brothers are gonna be back in action, eh?
We have missed so much dialogue through both of these games. We have missed so many optional pieces of dialogue just fucking around with that one option.
Yeah, there's a lot of like just little things, huh?
Yeah. I think my next enterprise will be an exclusive club called the Four-Eyed League. Kindly discuss your upcoming criminal activities once you're back in your cell.
Alright, we can load it.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad they don't penalize you for that, at least.
Yeah. Name? I can certainly appreciate that just knowing the man had red hair wouldn't help you remember in this situation. What if I told you the man had a name? And that name was Gregson. The man in the photograph is a Monsieur Gregson? Yes.
They're boring. I did not listen to any of them.
Oh.
It was not a real interview, eh? It was just for show. Why would I remember the names?
That's right. This changes nothing. The man in the photograph was not there, as we've already said. I see.
Seems there's little to be gained from pursuing this point further.
Tell them again what you said before, Peppino.
See, Capo, see, I say it again and again.
Oh. I mean, this is just quicker. Obviously, it's the fish and chips, and oh crap! I didn't mean to actually click.
God damn it!
I was gonna say obviously it's the fish and chips, and it's this bit as I look it. Really, I had no idea. Shit. Am I allowed to click whatever this link is? Because I can see the word spoiler in big letters.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Parry!
No, I just made no, Kiki. I just made that while we were streaming.
Where did you get this photographic print of Gregson while he was still alive?
I speed edited that shit.
You know what? I'm gonna send that to Arno. I'm gonna send that to Arno right now.
No, Anna's gonna ground me.
It's fine.
And now it's shame on me. Okay.
I think it's hilarious. I think it's brilliant.
Oh.
I can certainly appreciate just knowing the man had red hair wouldn't help you remember in the situation. What if I told you the man in the red hairpiece had a job? And that job was actually a detective. The man in the photograph, a detective. Yes.
It would appear he found your notice in the paper suspicious and decided to investigate incognito.
Sorry, but this changes nothing.
Oh, fuck.
Something to add, Mr. De Rossi?
See, I am always adding something. Parmesan, olive oil, pepper.
What I mean is... Did you not agree with your friend's last remark by any chance?
Eh? What did you just say? About the detective?
I forget. Have we seen the ages for these two listed already, or no?
25 and 26.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. I don't think my voice matches the 25-year-old, but
It's
okay.
fine. We still don't have ages for these three.
But it's still fun, so whatever.
Yes, that. Keep your mouth shut, Peppino. You have said enough already.
But why, Capo? What is the problem? There was a man who said, I am an inspector from Scotland Yard.
What?
Good lord! Leave the fucking box! They don't look 25. Order! Explain this volte-face in your testimony, witness.
It's simple. A man who was at the park said to us that he was an inspector.
There was no such man.
Madame, what are you saying, Capo? Have you forgotten, eh?
I have forgotten nothing. Nobody like this came to the park.
Basta, Capo, basta! You pity me at many things, but not two. The memory and the meals. Like I said, when it's time to eat the pasta, no one is a faster.
But you are inferior to me in every other way, so shut up.
Objection.
Ow. Ugh. Torta, the damage is done.
Indeed it is, sir.
Ow, that actually really hurt.
Objection, that's mean.
Oui, there was a man who came to the park and he said he was an inspector from Scotland Yard. However, he looked nothing like the man in the photograph. He was someone else. How can you be so sure? It did not look like a thumb. Because, to start with, his face was completely different.
See, it's true. The man who came was a younger. His face was clean shaven, his eyes were wider, or sadder, and his chin was thinner.
Is that to say he actually had one?
No resemblance whatsoever, then.
Is this going to be, what's his face, the scarf policeman? Just sudden return out of nowhere. Anyway, I was not going to be fooled. I took the obvious precaution and said to him, if you are really a detective, show us the proof.
See, the couple here, he doesn't take no nonsense, eh?
Chin Gregson don't got one. But he was well prepared. He said he had identification. Identification? You mean official police inspector's identification?
It's most unconvincing.
Sorry, my lord?
Counsel, no incognito inspector would offer his identification for inspection. It's quite out of the question.
Definitely. Why would he expose his true identity?
Arno's just reacted. Clearly the papers were fake.
The capo, you're a genius. As we say in Italian, it takes a thief to recognize another, eh?
He said art as well, by the way.
Good.
And what happened after he announced I can't stop looking at it! What happened after he announced that he was a detective? He became very annoying. He said, you are under investigation. So I took his papers from him and chased him out of the park.
It was fantastical, and look, here is the identification.
So you stole it from the man?
He had it coming. He made us very scared. But he was not who he said he was.
Indeed, the person described does not appear to have behaved as a true inspector would. However, I believe it would be prudent for these identification papers to be edited as evidence.
But I like them.
Identification of a man claimed to be a detective inspector confiscated by Mr. DeRusso and Mr. DeRossi. They're just standing there like, we have committed several crimes.
Now let us return to the witnesses' testimony and the crimes they have committed.
In a minute, Your Honor. Well, I suppose we should see what this inspector's identification looks like inside. Oh, great. Yeah, it definitely looks fake, doesn't it?
Out of interest, what name is given?
Probably just something plucked out of the air. It's Tobias Gregson. Whatever that means. Wait, what?
This Scotland Yard insignia. Looks genuine to me.
But how?
And the department and identification number details are all correct as well.
Since when have you known those? Do you mean to say...
I know it seems incredible, but yes. I think this is a genuine identification book issued by Scotland Yard.
That's unbelievable! Is it the real thing after all? Inspector Gregson's police identification is the official warrant card issued to him by Scotland Yard.
This victim has nothing to do with us.
I mean, what else do I do?
Objection.
I wonder if I could ask you to examine this identification book very closely. Miss Lestrade?
Why Miss Lestrade?
What is your intention here, Counsel?
Is this really a fake or is it genuine? That's the question, which we can't answer ourselves.
Don't be ridiculous. No Scotland Yard detective would allow his or her identification to be stolen.
A dead one would. Hold it! Crash through ceiling, what's up, fuckers? I'm here to cause problems. Hey, Poke.
Hello. I actually don't know how long. I don't know how much longer we're gonna be going though.
Yeah, we may be wrapping up shortly. Hey, here's the bosses. No question about it.
It can't be!
As I suspected, the undercover detective who attended the Red-Headed League's enrollment on that day in question, guess I'll patch the hole when I leave, was the real Inspector Gregson carrying out an incognito investigation.
True, Poke, true.
Bruno, mate, it could be someone who stole it after they killed him. Friend.
Oh yeah, that too.
Gina is absolutely high tier girl. I'd say don't patch the hole when you leave, because it'll make it easier for you to come back.
True. Also, English walls are harder to break through. So.
That is true.
No drywall there.
Zut a law.
Dead.
Order!
I mean, to be fair, I just assumed this was a hole Poke crashed through in their own ceiling to get to the computer.
The raw concrete.
If the boss had his identification stolen, he would have reported it straight away. I mean, he was always on at me about it. If you lose something, report it at once, he'd say. Could it be, then? The inspector was physically unable to report it?
Basically, what are you saying?
Unable to. You're not suggesting.
Yes, it's quite possible that he was killed before he had the chance to report his identification stolen.
No!
Or that the killer stole the identification. Come on, we're one step away from that.
Order!
The defense posits that the victim was killed the day before his body was discovered at a different location. Do you two have anything to say about that? Oh, I'm glad he cried again. That is my favourite.
That's your favorite Perry sound.
I know nothing! I nothing!
I got it twice! What a blessed day. Pull yourself together, Pepino.
I sound like I'm trying to heave.
Oh, dear. Can you believe a little more like a master criminal than that? You can behave a little more like a master criminal than that, no?
It's our turn to Italia!
Yay!
Yeah, Perry just fucking dying.
Oh, okay, that's a good point. I feel bad about that. Perry has to muster up the best gurgle screech. That sounds like a thing. That sounds like a thing from Gimmelstump.
That's not even my best one.
Perry dies on stream. Back in Gimmelstump, we all had to do a good gurgle screech to keep the foxes at bay.
Oh,
I'm gonna go ahead and do this again because you need it.
all right. Thank you.
Stop crying, Peppino, please. Otherwise, I. Let me stop your whining and start talking.
Well, I believe the court will need to hear your story in considerably greater detail.
I know nothing way. I don't know nothing way.
But you will tell everything, or face the worst possible outcome. You will dry your eyes and testify again.
I wanted to do it
Wow,
too.
Luigi. Police identification papers and the precise circumstances under which you came by them.
Oh yeah, that's the point. For crying out loud.
Ah.
Okay, we're just about to hit 3 hours, so I think this might be a good stopping point, is right as we're starting a new...
It's right after I threw out my fucking throat, yeah.
That's a good point as well, yeah. I don't want to put you through too much more. I didn't expect them to be doing that much crying, and I didn't realize how stressful on the voice that was.
It's fine. I'll do anything for the art.
Love that. Okay, so I did just save, didn't I? Whatever, I'll save again because I don't trust myself. I think we only do 3 hours, we'll not make it to the end. Really?
We'll see. I mean, actually, yeah, you may have a point, but we'll see.
We'll see how we go. Right, let's find someone to raid, shall we? Fucking just clicked out and I just saw the thumb again. Fucking thumb detective. Nutburb's doing Sea of Thieves. We could raid the voice of Pyra and Mithra.
Oh shit.
Yeah, she streams. He sees you. With what eyes, Kiki? With what eyes? No, I'll stick with people I know for now. Maybe someday. Also, they're playing Horizon, and I have not seen any of Horizon. I've not played Horizon yet, and I still want to, so I don't want to spoil it for myself. Anyway, you don't need eyes. What? What?
Not sure I like that.
What? What do they mean by this? That is it from me today. I'm back on Friday with Parry doing more of this. Hopefully finishing off Case 4. We'll see how we go. Parry, you're back tomorrow, hopefully finishing off Leighton v. Wright, I believe.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes, but that's the plan.
Sweet, looking forward to it. Visual Novel Week!
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, for now, thanks to everyone who came by for coming by. Thanks to the new follows. Thanks, Parry, for the 5 gifted subs. Holy shit, that was an amazing way to kick off the stream.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And we'll see you all next time. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.